capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downsides at the same time. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back for another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live broadcast of futures training and trading educational broadcast. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com. We're glad you could join us today on all the social networks for this live feed. We are here daily from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're glad you can be here today. My name is Mark McSee. I go by, not my real name, but Mark McSee. And I am a moderator here with American Dream Trading. And we bring this education and training program to you each and every day, Monday through Friday. And we come through all the major social networks: TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, you name it. If it's a major one, we're on it. For those of you who are joining, if you haven't already, please click subscribe and like and notify. Let's see TikTok. Let's see us get to 5,000 likes today. Start clicking them buttons. It helps our logarithm. If you'll do that, appreciate it. Hey, we'll even take gifts as far as that goes if you want to go that far. So uh, we are glad you could be here today. American Dream Trading was founded and is owned by Chad Christian. We call him Coach because that's what he does. I've said it before. It sounds strange if somebody says calls Coach by his first name. We just don't call him by his first name generally. We call him Coach. Why do we call him Coach? Because that is his whole purpose in life, is to educate us how to day trade, how to swing trade, how to trade futures, how to trade crypto, how to long-term trade, how to trade our investment strategies. If there's something in the markets that can be traded, Coach teaches us how to do that. We're not a call out group. So we're not in here to say buy XYZ company, sell XYZ company. We don't do that. What we're doing is sole purpose here is to educate you so that you can make your own entry and exit decisions, to give you a skill that lasts a lifetime, a skill that nobody can take away from you. If this program ceased to exist, it's our hope that you would have acquired the skills and the training and the education to be able to do this on your own. Call out groups really don't work. Can you make money off of guys and gals on the internet saying buy this and buy that? Yeah, anything's possible. Yeah, you can get lucky once in a while, but it's much better to know how to do it yourself, right? Um, because if that person disappears, ceases to exist, something happens to their broadcast, now what do? You don't know how to do this and how to make money on your own. I have acquired a lifelong skill that nobody can take away from me. I do this full time. This is the only way that I make money for my family, is through day trading, and I am a day trader. I don't really focus so much on long-term investments. Even though I do have long-term investments, I don't even look at them, quite frankly. Um, like many of you, I have, you know, 401ks, retirement things. So, but this is my full-time vocation. If I am not successful, I'll be living in a van down by the river. For those of you too young, don't know what that means, you can go to YouTube and type that in there, and you'll see what that is. So, uh, I enjoy this. This is probably the best life decision I ever made, was to get into this. I love it. I'm here every day. One of the advantages of being in the futures market is that we can trade 23 hours a day. So while people buying stocks and stock options can only trade from 9:30 to 4, with the futures market, you can trade 23 hours a day. The only time it's not open is from 4 to 5 Central Time, which would be 5 to 6 Eastern Time, which when they close the futures market to do whatever it is they do, balance their books. So um, that's why I love the future so much. And as you can see here, I have my own charts up here. What you see on my screen right now is called TradingView. This is an independent software program. Allows me to draw historical lines on here. I'm using Coach's indicators, which comes with your paid membership, by the way. You can get these indicators. This helps you to educate yourself on when to get in out of trades, maybe stay in trades a little longer than you normally would have to maximize your profits. Again, using this, does that guarantee you're going to make money? Of course not, right? You have to know what all this means. You have to know when to enter a trade and exit a trade. What does this chart telling you? Putting all this big picture together to make a hopefully logical choice for entering a trade and one for exiting the trade, right? It's not profits until you bank it. So you have to know when to get out of a trade. Does this program tell you, does this logarithm tell you when to get in a trade? No, it doesn't. Does it tell you when to get out? No, it doesn't. But in a roundabout way, it does. Once you're educated and you get experience, you'll know what all this means. We've got here as example is the Russell 2000 index. Right now it's at VWAP and at a critical level. I am personally waiting for this to stay where it's at right now. I'm waiting for another confirmation candle other than this one to show that it wants to stay up here and maybe continue upward to my next level, right? So I'm patiently waiting here. I may enter this trade live, right? Now, as you can see, it's still a point of indecision. If I had jumped into this trade right as it broke through, well, guess what? Now I'd be losing money. So that is one of the things I do. This is where I want to enter at. However, because of my education and training that I've received at AmericanDreamTrading.com, I knew to wait for a confirmation candle before then making another decision. Do I want to enter this trade or not? I have multiple tools. I have these indicators. I have these lines of historical levels that it trades at drawn on my chart, which I put on there, which is these white lines. And these yellow ones I have here, those are what I call like a gold level, a very strong level of resistance that it needs to go through upwards before I would enter a trade. Now, as you can see here, this has already tried to do this multiple times. It tried it over here. The wick come up and touched it. If I scroll back, you can see how these were bouncing off that line earlier today, right? I can scroll back and find other instances the same way. So I took the time and did my homework before I traded this, and I do trade this regularly, by the way. I don't. This is not something new. I do trade this on a regular basis, if not daily. Most days I'll look at it. So I knew not to enter that trade because I already had this line. I put this line on here months ago, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time. I can't tell exactly what day, but I did put this on here because the history showed that it was a strong level. So if I had increased my chart out to like a 4-hour chart, go out a little bit further, I could see where that's at. And you can see all my lines I have on there. It shows you. So this is all kind of crunched together, so it's kind of hard to see right now on a 4-hour chart without me spreading it out. So if I do go this out a little bit, here's that line I was talking about. I go across and see here, here, and here. So I can keep scrolling back. See, there it came down, coming down, it touched that line and bounced off of it. So there's a strong line, right? So I did this by doing historical charting. Here's the same place again. Look how many times it came down and bounced off that line coming down. Not only is it a strong line going up, it is a strong line going down. So that's why we do the homework and chart these things out. So now I have something of a roadmap to help me make a more logical decision whether I want to enter this trade. Now, I reject it off there. I can make money while it goes down. In the futures market, because we are trading with a margin account, we make money when it goes up. We make money when it goes down, right? So I evaluate moves that are going up. And then if I see it approaching this strong level, there's a very good chance it might reject because it already has been doing that. And again, I could have got in this here when it broke through based on what criteria I have in my mind, whether I wanted to enter this trade. So I could be playing this to the downside if I wanted to, be making money while it's going down. Now I have other tools. I have what they call the L2. It's the order book. It shows trades that are in process that haven't been filled yet. We have people wanting to buy at these levels. Here it tells you how many people, how many orders are in here, how many contracts. Same thing on this side. The people that want to get rid of them, right? So in the simplest form, The green side is the buyers, the red side is the sellers. And again, you can enter, you could buy on the ask and you can sell on the bid. But in its purest form, that's what this means. The These are the buyer side, that's the seller side. And I do buy on the ask and I do sell on the bid sometimes. Just depends what I want to do. So now we're getting a nice pullback. If I had played this like I would have, I could have been playing this to the downside off that rejection because that's a strong, it's a double top in this case. Um, Recent history today, actually, it'd be like a triple top, right? It hit a whole bunch of times over there earlier today. So I could have been playing the downside to this right now, making money. So, so if I put all these things together using my charts, Coaches 2.0 indicators, which is what you see here, it's all these squiggly lines, they all mean something. And using Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, which is down here, and the volume indicators, which is down here. It even shows me my ATR, how many buyers and sellers are currently buying and selling in this candle. And you'll see that changes all the time there. So putting all these things together, it sounds complicated. It's like anything else. Once you learn to do it, it gets a lot easier. More and more you do it over time, it gets easier. So this is included with your memberships, paid members. So do you have to have all this stuff? No, but I'll tell you what, it's financially beneficial to me to have it. Results not guaranteed, like anything else. You have to know what you have in front of you to make money. In this case, if you went with Coach has two basic strategies. One would be scalping, where you're jumping in and out, right? I might only be in it for a candle or two. That's a lot harder to do. You got to really know what you're doing when you scalp. It just means you're momentum trading. You're grabbing it while you can get it. If it pulls back or whatever at all, you sell it, and then you jump back in. You can do that all day long, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, right? Or you can do Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy. This is the EWO indicator down here, and we put it on a 2-minute chart, which I have it on 1 minute right now. So if I switch to a 2-minute chart, oops, that, click off here, I would use a 2-minute EWO indicator. Now, what is that? It's the EWO, right? And with Coach's strategy of when you should enter, I would enter right here. This is my entry point, which is when the next bar is larger than the first bar at the color change, right? So this is my entry right there. So this has been where I would have bought in, and it just so happens that it's broke above all these indicators that I was fighting against to get there. Now, could I have made money scalping up from that off this double bottom bounce? Yeah, that's another strategy, playing off the double bottoms. That's another play. There's all kinds of different things that you can do, playing off double tops, double bottoms, right? Playing off key levels, indicators, scalping, you name it. There's all kinds. And Coach teaches us how to do all those things. I've been doing this full time for 2 years. Last week was my 2-year anniversary. Um, so I would enter here, and I could have rode this up here and made money. That would have been a good thing. Now you have to get out. This is really choppy here. That would have been a tough trade, but still my entry point would have been here. I could have rode that up there and sold off when it started to pull back. And you just do that all day long. As they change, you jump in. So I welcome everybody over to our TikTok. I see Greg and DJ Vinny, LF, Andy. Nice to have you all here. Um, and over there on YouTube Live, we got Ralph over there. Happy days. Welcome all back to all of you guys. Hit that like button. Let's get it up to 5,000 likes today. Over there on TikTok. Starter, nice to have you here. As all of you start popping in here. One of the things I would encourage you to do, for those of you on TikTok, as you're probably very well aware, is a TikTok ban is pending. Will it happen? Don't know for sure, but to make sure that you still have access to this feed and any other feeds that you may be watching, go over to our youtube.com channel, American Dream Trading. Go over there and subscribe, because we also broadcast there, as well as Facebook and Twitch and LinkedIn. So if you head on over there, that way you'll have a backup. The pending maybe shutdown in its extreme would be on the 19th. Is that going to happen? We don't know, right? Thank you for sharing the feed, Andy. Um, so I would highly recommend you go right now to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get a free Discord and go to our YouTube channel at American Dream Trading. Click subscribe to that. That way you won't lose any feeds. And while you're there, make sure you also click and subscribe, notify, and like. While you're at YouTube, we also have over 2,000 training videos there you can watch at your leisure. This broadcast is there every day. Once this one completes, you can watch the replays of this broadcast and any other live broadcasts we have done during the day. And we are live 3 times a day um, as an educational outreach of American Dream Trading.com. So the first one is live with Coach himself, the founder and creator of American Dream Trading.com. He's live daily from 9 to probably around 11. Sometimes he's there longer. Generally, it's 9 to 11. He's actually live. And then we come live here from 2 to 4 Eastern Time. And then at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, we have what we call our aftermarket show. You can go on there and ask questions there. Also, we have a live panel that you can join. All you have to do is go over there on YouTube, and you can actually join the panel, sit up there and talk live. If you want to turn your camera on, you can do that. Dawn runs that. Usually every day she has a theme. And Fridays is usually kind of just a free for all kind of thing. Talk about whatever you want. But she will answer any questions there also. We also have other moderators that join in there. And again, it's another chance for some education, a chance for you to ask questions, kind of hang out, listen, and learn. If you want to know how to do this, the first key to doing this is listening. And that's how you learn, right? This is free to everybody out there on the social networks. So while your time is limited, we're giving you a little taste of what we do on a daily basis. Our paid members, especially here in the futures, we've already been in training and trading. We actually did live trades today. We started at noon. So there's 2 full hours that we were already in training and trading before this show went live. And so they get a minimum of 20 hours. We also have a live in our Discord for our paid members. We also have a live futures chat where we can get in there and discuss our trades that are ongoing. We can say, watch out, there's a double top coming up on this, or maybe an EWO about starting to form here. We don't tell each other when to buy, when to sell. We're not allowed to do that. Why are we not allowed to do that? Well, because we're not licensed financial advisors. Neither I or anybody else here at American Dream Trading are licensed financial advisors, and we will never give you financial investing or tax advice. We are here to educate, and that's what we do. Now, we can talk about what levels we may have on our charts and what am I looking at and why am I considering even looking at this trade, right? I may say, well, this is right now, I'm at a critical level on my chart, but VWAP is up here. So it's kind of trapped between 2 levels right now. And my indicators are, my 200's down here, and I'm riding the 9 between the 9 and the 21. You know, is that some trade I want to enter? No. Me personally, no, I would not enter this trade yet. I want to see a break. Actually, I want to see this not only break above this 9 EMA, I want to see it get back and break and hold above this line. If I see this break and hold above this, I would enter this trade. I wouldn't even hesitate. Now, if it breaks through, do I want to jump in? No, I want to see a break and hold, which would mean I'm getting an additional candle in addition to the first one that broke through. Ideally, I want to see what we would call a confirmation candle, where the next candle up, like this one here, is sitting on the shoulder of the other one. That's a nice stair step up. It will help maybe appear to be a longer trade. Can it still pull back? Yeah, happens all the time. But this will help reduce my losses if I wait long enough to see what it's going to do and not jump in too soon, because they can pull back. And as you can see, it tested these levels and it did that very thing. It hit it. And that candle actually went up here, but it pulled back. Now, see, if I had entered that trade up here, look what had happened. I'd have lost money already. That's why I didn't enter it. Now it's below the 9. Well, I entered this trade to the downside. Yes, I would. When will I do that? Well, based on my training and education that I've received at AmericanDreamTraining.com, I'm going to wait. Number one, I have a level here that I've drawn, a historical level, and you can see it hits there a lot, right? It's a line I drew whenever. So I want to wait. Number one, you have two strong indicators. You have VWAP, which happens to be up here. And then we have the 200 MA down here. That's also another strong point. You can see it's kind of hesitating there. So if this breaks and holds below these indicators, I will now be on the downside of all the strongest indicators that we have. So I have a level here. So I'm going to go one additional step. Before I enter this trade, I want to see it break and hold below this line. So now I have a game plan. I have a game plan when I'm going to enter a trade to the downside. In other words, when I would short it in the futures market. I also have a game plan. If it breaks above and breaks and holds above here, I'll enter the trade going to the long or the upside. Okay. Until it does either one of those, I'm not going to trade this. Can I make money doing maybe a quick scalp from here to here? Yeah, I could. But I like to play a little bit more conservative. So I am going to wait for my criteria that I've already just vocalized to you. And these are the conversations that I have in my head, okay, along with the other people that live in my head. But so those are my criteria. If it comes here, I'm going to enter. If it goes up here, I'm going to enter. Long side, short side, okay. It may never move. It may stay here the rest of the day. Well, so be it. I am not going to jump in there just for the sake of taking a trade. So since I'm not going to take this trade, maybe I'll go look elsewhere. I mean, there's hundreds of things you could trade. There's the S&P 500. It's doing well. It's in a nice upward trend, right? It's just kind of hanging out in this middle of this channel right now. Now it's maybe breaking through. I have a gold level that I drew on my chart there. So I wouldn't enter this trade number one until it breaks and holds and goes down below. Or as long as it stays above this, if I was already into trade, like say if I got in down here, right, I'd be riding this puppy all the way up. I wouldn't get excited about these little pullbacks. Yeah, I'm losing profit, but if I got in where I should have down here, that's pure profit. There's no reason to get nervous about that. Now, I would still have an exit plan even if I entered here, right? I may shed some of my holdings, right? Or I may get out altogether, depending what's going to happen. But being patient and letting it work the levels, I have a strong line here. So I know I'm going to not get too excited why it bounces here because this could go either way. It could continue its upward motion, or if it breaks and holds down below here, it could very well go down. So again, these are all these decisions that you can make in a snap in literally seconds when you look at them once you have the education and training, right? Do they always go the way you think they're going to go? Nope, they don't. I had three trades in a row today, smacked me in the face, did the exact opposite what I thought it was going to do based on what I saw. But I also had a bunch of trades that did exactly what I thought it was going to do. One thing you can't control is somebody coming in and placing a large order to buy or placing a large order to sell. Those things, if you can't see them coming usually. I have an L2 over here order book, right? It shows these are ones that have in effect, even though they haven't been filled yet, they've basically put it on here, but you don't see the large people that just jump in at the last second. Scalpers, they're buying and selling. You won't see that. That's not going to show up here. So, but this is just a tool, right? Just to give me some sort of guidance. You can see currencies really aren't doing anything. Gold and silver, the metals really did well today. Copper did well. Look at copper. I'll tell you what, I wish, we always have wishes, right? Hopium. This thing's been running since noon uh, today, 11:55. Imagine if you got in Coach's EWO indicator, you would have got in using his 2-minute EWO strategy. I would have got in over here, right? So this would have been my entry point. I kind of rode that puppy all the way up there. Um, how much money is that? I can tell you it's a lot of money. I don't know for sure, but I can use this tool and it'll kind of give me a rough idea. Right here would have been my entry point. That is 60 ticks. And I don't know what copper pays per tick without looking it up. I don't know if anybody else has access to that right now, right? I can pull it up I have a website. I have a chart, but I don't happen to have copper on my
What's the ticker?
thing. It is
HG.
HG. Yes.
Let me see what it.
So yeah, look at see what's figure out what 60 ticks are mathematically. I don't have it right here in front of me because I don't trade. That's the only reason I don't. Good to see you, Daniel, over there on YouTube Live. Of course, Andy. Andy's been in there trading. This is absolutely the best gig on the planet. Is it frustrating at
So it's
times?
it's
Yep. Go ahead,
twelve
Ralph.
fifty a tick.
1250 a
1250
tick
a tick. Yeah. So it's just
times
like
60.
MES.
One
Yeah.
contract of this would have made you $750 from here to there today in 2.5 hours. Holy cow! I would so imagine if you'd have bought a few of those, right? How much does it cost to buy one contract of this? The actual real cost to purchase, to get in a contract and get out of a contract, it's $1.45 to buy it, $1.45 to sell it. $2.90 a contract is your real cost of getting in and out of this trade. For that $2.90, you could have made $750. Holy cow! Guess I'm gonna start watching copper. You can see I don't trade copper. I don't have any lines. That's how you know I don't trade it, right? Does this happen every day? Of course not, right? You get more of this kind of movement here, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? So yes, you can also get your face ripped off and lose a lot of money. This one here just happened to be one of them days that it's going up, and it's because of the government data that came out this morning. So now you have to have enough margin in your account to be able to be eligible to enter the trade, right? And they just debit your margin account while you're in the trade. The minute you exit the trade, that margin amount is instantly is credited back into your account in addition to your earnings or subtractions of your losses, if that was the case also. So wow, right? So here I go. Right here's a perfect example of me entering a trade live. Right here, it's breaking through. If this gets to be a big candle to stay there, I might enter, but I still want to wait for a confirmation candle ideally. Could I get in and out of that real quick? Yeah, I could. Again, it's hard to do when I'm talking because I'm looking at multiple screens here, talking to you fine people, but there's a breakthrough possibly there. I still want to see what's going to happen because generally when you get a big candle like that, you'll get maybe a 50% retracement on the next candle. Wow, it's still moving here, so this could still pull back. So I'm still a little bit hesitant. I'm a little conservative. I could have jumped in that and jumped right out in a matter of seconds and got whatever money that would have made me, right? But you see how that burst when it burst through there, it went through. So, but I still want that confirmation candle before I would commit long term to this marriage. Okay. Um, and I don't know how much time is left on that candle. We got 20 seconds on a 2 minute candle. Now I can probably switch to a 1 minute candle if I wished. All right, so here on a 1 minute candle, here is this. Let's see if this retraces 50%. If this stays green and goes up, that gives me a little bit more that if I'm going to enter a scalp mode and just scalp this for what it's worth. Again, it's still kind of fighting here a little bit, right? Um, It is above all the other indicators, so that is a good thing. So there's everything says that this is going to be a good trade. Is it going to stay that way, right? I don't know. We'll find out. See if this breaks here. Now I have another level up here, which would be another double top because it hit that area over here recently, right? Now if this breaks through there, that'll be a fantastic trade, right? So we'll see what happens here. Watch this live. I'm in this trade live, as a matter of fact. I am in this trade. I am scalping this trade. Now I'm doing it on another screen because I don't normally trade my live account live because I'm distracted looking at this thing, but I am watching this screen and my screen over here on the side where my trading screen. I could do it right here live, but I don't. I'm on paper trading on this screen. That's a simulated account you see on my screen, but it's moving in real time. Okay. This is how you learn to trade. Now, if this breaks and holds above that, I'll start getting a little bit more excited. Now you got a little bit of red showing there, but that you still want to be patient, right? Don't want to get too excited yet. If it holds, I'm going to give it a little bit of room to hold. I have a stop in place on my real trade down here. So if it would happen to pull back to here, it will stop me out automatically. So never trade without a stop. Okay. I'll show you what that is. I'm actually trading live in my real account right now. I never do this. This don't work out good for you when you're dividing your attention. But look at this go. That breaks and hold. Look at that go. Um, it is going well. Now, um, right now I am up 50 to over $50 right now in this trade on just 5 contracts, just in that few seconds there. Um, and now hopefully that if I'll stay in this trade, I am in a scalp mode now. I'm not going to stay in this forever. But not only that, it wouldn't be very entertaining to you to sit here and watch me do this. But I am in a live trade. I will show you. Here's my, well, it doesn't work that way here. Let me flip screens real quick. All right. I'm just going to give you a quickie peek. There's my trade. You can see here's where I entered right there. Right. This is my entry point. There's my order. Right. So that's on my other screen. So I'm watching that go. I'm green for sure now. I'm guaranteed a green trade, right? Um, so it's a good thing. So, but I do have my finger on the button because I'm going to maximize my profit. I'm only in here with a few, so I'm not going to get too excited about it. But I'm going to stay in this trade till something tells me not to be. Right now, I'm watching not only right here where it's trying to break out of this regression channel, I'm also watching this line up here. This is another point of resistance. So I'm asking myself, what am I going to do? What's my exit plan? If this, so right here is an area of concern, right? I'm watching it. It could very well blow through that. I also have another strong resistance clear up here and here, right? So, but I'm not worried about those yet because it's not there. I'm only playing what's in front of my face and this live trade. Okay. So right now I'm up $80 right now on this trade. How do I know that? Because I was showing things on here the other day and I never took it off. I don't trade my P&L. I'm trading what's here. I just didn't turn that function off when I was showing somebody the other day, training mode about how you change some things around, and it's on there. I can actually see my profit loss. But I'm not. This is what I'm watching. I'm watching my chart here, right? Never trade your profit and loss because when it pulls back, oh my gosh, I lost a little bit of money, right? You got to give it room, right? See, it's pulling back a little bit. Should I bail out of this? Well, that's a decision you have to make, right? I'm going to give it a little bit here and see what's happened. This just might be a little bit of a pullback, right? Here, regardless,
Yep.
I'm going to come out of this trade green because I have a stop that's going to guarantee me to lock in profits. Now, did I give up profits just now? Yeah, a little bit, but well, who's to say this ain't going to keep going up? So I give it a little bit of time. If it comes down, I've moved my stop up now to where if it comes down to here, it's going to stop me out, right? So I'm guaranteed profit down to that point. And this could very well continue upward as a temporary. People taking profits, that's why it's pulling back, right? So I'm still good. It still hasn't stopped me out yet, right? If it drops a whole lot more, then it will lock me out instead of making whatever I said I was up, right? So we're watching here. I can see on the L2 over here. I'm watching this on the side. See, now here it's still an indecision. So there it just stopped me out. So I just made. Let me pull up the record here. Count. I end up making $17 on that trade. Or no,
I took the
no,
trade
no,
with you, Mark.
no.
$1.50 one contract.
Uh, I made. I,
Nice job.
I made. I was looking at the other one. Hang
Now
on
take
here.
a look at MES.
Okay.
It's still going up.
Look at that trade. Holy cow! Look at that. We have a lot of people trade. That's even a better trade right now, right?
Still strong. Yep.
Yep. Still strong. Why? Because of
Bitcoin broke 100,000 again. It's heading upwards.
there it is. That coming up to a double top here, right? I
Yep.
don't trade this too heavy, but I can pop a line on there real quick because I can see these levels going across here where it kind of rejected off of right here, right? Crossed. So I'm going to worry about if I was trading Bitcoin, I'd watch them levels. MES, I have a level here that, I'm going to be concerned that coming up here and hitting and maybe rejecting, right? what's happening here. Look, this is still a good trade if I'd stayed in it, but I had my stop. I locked in. I could have moved my
That's what I was
stop
just
down
about to
to,
say. It's
yeah,
trying again, Mark.
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
could
but
have
you
put my
locked in
stop.
17.
Yeah, I could have stopped, had my stop where I got in at, right? And I wouldn't have got stopped out. I'd still be in this trade.
That's
Now,
the
will I?
beauty of futures.
Yeah, right. I could re-enter in and out all day long. Will I re-enter this one? Well, I'm going to wait and see now. But now that I'm out of the trade, I'm making a different decision. I'm going to see it. If it comes up above here and holds, then I'll consider it. But again, I may be limited by my other levels that I have here. Now, one of the encouraging things is look at that. There's your point of decision on MBS. It's at a point of resistance right now. Is it going to blow through that or is it going to reject? See, right?
M2K got the engulfing candle. You heard me, Mark?
I hear you.
Yeah.
So right there, I still wouldn't join that. Reg, you got your hand up. Oh, by the way, being a paid member gets you another benefit. You're in our live Zoom calls, and to get you open access to a microphone. And you can ask questions. Reg, what's your question there, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Great.
Good, good. What's happening, Ralph?
What's your
What's going
question, Reg?
on, Red?
Right.
Long
Yeah.
time.
So I did enter that trade. I had 10 contracts. I made like 150, but I slid my stop up and then
Mm-hmm.
I re-entered it off the bounce of the nine.
Mm-hmm.
It made like $40 more.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All
it's
right. Good job.
yeah. Yeah. Futures is pretty good. I like futures better than stocks and options.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do this. I haven't traded a stock option here in a month now, so I'm not even looking back. But I like all of them. Don't get me wrong. I like stocks. I like stock options. They all have their advantages and
Yeah,
disadvantages, right?
yeah. Yep.
And it's whatever you're used to. So
With this, you can just trade with less money, though.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That's
it costs. It is. It. Don't get me wrong. It's not. You got to come with big money, but you could less money to do what you need to do, right?
yeah.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. Now look at
Yeah.
the Standard and Poor's S&P 500 still has not broke through my
That is
line
a
that I
good
have
run.
on here. I don't trade this personally for very much, but I have enough on
Mhm.
here that I have a line there, right? So it's a historical level. So it still hasn't broke through that. It's still sitting there. So would I jump into this trade personally right now? No. I want to wait for a break. If I'm not in it already, I'm going to wait for a break and a hold. So that means a candle comes up here and the next candle sits on the shoulder. There's your break, but it hasn't hold because it's still pulled back, right? I want a strong confirmation. So, and then the Russell is trying to do the same thing as we speak, but I'll leave it here. So I want to see another candle here before I would jump in. Now I could scalp that, get in and out, but I'd still want to wait. The Russell is coming back here. Look what it's doing. It's coming right back to where it was. I want to see this break out up there before I would enter it. But let's watch the S&P, which would be SPY if you were trading stock options. You know, so I muted your mic there, Reg. Picking up a little background noise. So if you got to say something, go ahead and unmute your mic. So I'm waiting here. So here's your confirmation candle. There's what I want to see, right? I want to see the next candle on the shoulder of the other one. So that's a stronger indication that it may continue this trend for a little bit. Now, I don't have a lot of lines at this point. Now, here's another thing I just now noticed. We're approaching a $6,000 level. See that 6,000? That'll be psychological. We're 6,000 right there. So if I draw a line there, I'll watch this. Now, I didn't have that line there. Now, but psychology plays a lot at even numbers. 6,000 will be an even number, will be a psychological number. So let's take a look at that and watch what happens. See if it breaks through that. Now, some of the experienced traders probably already had lines there, but again, I don't heavily trade the S&P very much. So just watch and see if it can break through up there or not. Maybe it can, maybe it can't, right? It's a psychological barrier. Now, if it breaks through there, I do have some lines up here. So let's see if it bounces around. It may never break that the rest of the day, or it may shoot right through it, right? So psychology of how people think whole number, 6,000. Ooh, that's a special place, right? And that is a real thing. Same way as even dollars, even quarters, half dollar movements, those type of things. Those all play into traders' psychologies. So, um, so let's see, what's the this doing here, right? Still waiting on a breakthrough up here, right? Um, hasn't quite got there yet. It's still thickened, right? Again, this may be bought back and forth for a while up here. You don't know, but I do like to see a breakthrough there also. Well, let's watch this one. This is a nice level. That's 6,000. So that might be something to watch right there just to see if it does break through that. So these are all the decisions you make as a day trader, right? You're in to grab what's there to grab it while you can grab it. And sometimes you are in there for the short term. Now look how much that rejected, right? They decided didn't quite got there. Got to 59999, 5,999 and pulled back. See that? So again, that's the people were selling off because and this is probably a real thing. That 6,000 was a barrier psychologically, and all these people thought, "Oh, I'm going to get out before it hits that." They got out a dollar before it hit 6,000, took their profits, and they're taking their ball and going home. Look at it pulling, right? What's the Russell doing? Now the Russell's a little different. It's small cap stocks, but you can see it's pulling back a little bit. Is it going to hover here or not? Um, so it may bounce around, but right now it's kind of in a downward trend itself, right? But there's an indicator right there that the 9 EMA or the 21 EMA that it bounced off of. If it gets it back above this 9 EMA, that'll be more of a short-term upward trend. It's still in an upward trend, but it's kind of pulling back a little bit right now. But if I had entered with a coach's 2.0 indicator strategy, trading strategy, I wouldn't even care about that so much, right? Yeah, I would have shed some of my holdings, took some profits, but this is still technically a good trade, especially if I got in when this told me when I should get it, right? I made that decision based on everything that I'm seeing here, right? So you got to let things play out sometimes, not panic right away. Now, if you're a scalper, you may have took your profits on the first pullback, right? You can jump back in. That's the beauty of it. So, so that's a good thing. So, using coaches indicators will always help you to maybe be a little bit more successful. Is it guaranteed profits? No, I'm not saying that, but it will
So,
help your
Mark,
decision making. Yes, sir.
speaking of coaches indicator, you got Josh Addock. He got a question on YouTube. He wanted to know what is the Elliott wave, the EWO, the Elliott wave oscillator.
Yeah.
He new here.
Yep. The EWO is called. It is the Elliott wave oscillator, named after Mr. Elliott, of course, who it's been a long time ago. I don't know how long ago this, and there's a theory to it. There's a mathematical formula why it does all this and reacts. I don't pretend to understand all that. Uh, so that's the basis of Coach's 2.0 indicator trading strategy. What Coach has done with his 33 years of experience is that we've created these indicators with an logarithm programmed into it so that it gives us a point of entry to look at. So, and the basic oversimplistic thing with this is you enter on the next bar that's larger than the first at the color change. So in this case, with this one here, you can see it went from red to green. So I would enter this trade. Right here is when the next bar is bigger than the first one, and then you would let it do its thing. So you ride the wave, right? Kind of thing. So this would have been a good trade, come right up here. Now it doesn't tell you when to get out. You have to do that based on your own education and trading. Okay. Um, and you have to get out on your own. It doesn't tell you, it doesn't say buy, it doesn't say sell. Okay. It's not a buy signal or a sell signal, but it does help you to just make a decision on a possible entry point. As you can see, if you'd have done that here, you would have entered here. You could have wrote all that profit up there and then, got out there. If we'd move this over to where this next, I mean, you could do it on the reds or the greens. It works both ways. So here's where you'd have got in on this trade, right? You'd have got in on this candle and you'd have rode that profit all the way up to here. And at some point, you would either shed some of your holdings or you would gut out altogether at the top, however you want to do it, right? Coach teaches not only to put this together is a shedding technique, which is you shed 50% at the first pullback, 20% at the next pullback, shed another 20% at the next pullback, and then of course, when you're done, you get rid of the other 10. What that does is it lets you lock in your profits, take half your profits with what you have in effect right now, and let your runners run because it may go for another who knows when, right? See, I could have got rid of 50% here. Well, now I still have 50% that would have come up here and made money. So it helps you build your profits while locking in and guaranteeing your profits. It's not profit until you bank it. So that's what the shedding technique helps you do. It helps you bank it as it moves because you're always going to, very rarely do you have like copper did today. Copper went to the moon. Look at that. Just pretty much, even though there's still an ebb and flow, there was nothing horribly severe. Now you would shed, as it climbs up, like say maybe it was up here, and because you entered down here, you got such nice profits. I may have wanted to get rid of 50% here because it's starting to pull back, right? I'd lock in and just let the other ones run for a while. But look at that, how that things don't normally do go up like this, right? They go up and down. There's a cycle to it, right? You get all this kind of roller coaster hill type of thing, up and down, up and down. Sometimes they go shoot way up and shoot way down. It can get very chaotic at times. So that's one of the beauties of it. It helps teach you patience. Number one, you got to wait for this to actually form. So it teaches you patience, and while you're waiting on it to form, you're evaluating your chart. What is it showing me? If it does change, is it going to be a good trade, right? What's maybe the L2 showing me if I'm using an L2? What's the lines on my chart show me? So you're putting all this information and you're mixing it all up, and then you're spitting it out and coming at a decision. Again, when I'm deciding if I haven't entered a trade yet, I'm making a entry decision. I'm making an exit decision. I showed you earlier, right? I wouldn't enter whatever we were looking at. I'll enter it if it breaks here for the long side. If it goes down this way, I'll go on the short side on this. So one of the two is going to happen eventually. So you're always thinking this is not a spectator sport. You have to be actively involved in your trades, and you're always thinking, you're evaluating with the information that you're getting through your charts and through your levels and through your indicators. And we teach you how to do all that. Is this easy? No, it's very hard. It gets easier day by day. It is hard. Why do we say it's hard? Because 95% of all day traders fail in the first 1 to 2 years. Why is that? Well, number one, they probably don't have a mentor to teach them how to do things, right? They're trading in alone somewhere in a room by themselves. That in itself is hard. It's hard psychologically. Who are you going to ask questions to when you don't know what's going on? How do you learn? How do you increase, right, in your knowledge and experience? That's why most people fail in the first 1 to 2 years day trading, is because they end up wrecking their account because they're not making logical, educated decisions, right? Even with logical, educated decisions, trades are going to go against you. You will always lose money, right? On any particular trade. I mean, of course, the goal is to be good every day, right? But, I could make 10 trades and have 3 of them be bad on me in any particular day, right? Some days I may only do 2 trades, right? So you have to understand coming into this that you're going to lose money from time to time. That's just how it is. There's things beyond your control. You can use your indicators and your lines to help you make better decisions, though, right? And through experience and education, right? You can do that. Day traders tend to live in a vacuum by themselves, right? They're oh, I'm self-employed, I'm working home, I'm a full-time day trader. Well, that gets lonely real quick, and they don't have anybody to help them to ask questions. All our paid members have trading available from starting at 4 a.m. in the morning to 4 p.m. at night with a live open microphone that you can talk anytime, ask a question. You can ask Coach a question anytime while he's live, right? You can ask me a question anytime we're live, right? Matter of fact, we do training, like I said, 2 hours before we even do these live broadcasts. And we were in there actively talking, right? And if you don't like talking on a microphone, of course, we have um, built in our Zoom chat. You can type in there just like you would on your social media. So, L. Cox asks over there in TikTok live chat, Are you glued to your screen being a day trader? Well, that's how you trade. You got to look at something, right? Now you can look at your cell phone, you can look at your tablet, you can look at your screen. Yes, I am here. I treat this as a full-time job because that's what it is. Now, what do I like about this? I can get up and walk away anytime I want, right? So I don't have to sit here. I can make money. Matter of fact, I did rather well today. I made a lot of money last night and this morning. I didn't have to sit here at all the rest of the day if I didn't want to. Did I take a few trades? Yep, I did. I still did. Uh, but I didn't feel the need to sit here all day. If I meet my daily goal, I'm good, right? And I'm not fixed on making X amount of dollars per se every day because I know in the long run I'm going to. So, so one of the things you can do is go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. That's our website. On our landing page at AmericanDreamTrading.com, you can scroll down. We have a free Discord that you can join that will get you instant access inside our Discord where you can interact with other traders for free. Now you are limited on the amount of rooms that you have access to as a free member, okay? But that will get you in our stock lounges where you can interact. You remember yesterday we gave away a free futures membership, and Manuel won that. Manuel won it, and he's in there today, hanging out with the. Matter of fact, I was talking to him, talking with my fingers, of course, chat, typing, in the stock lounge this morning. Matter of fact, he was there early. He was there before 9 o'clock this morning, and he was out there hanging out. And he was able to ask questions and things like that, and we interacted with him. So he got to see firsthand. He's in there for free, and you can talk. And, our hope, of course, is that you all may like what you see, right, and become a paid member. I mean, that's not beating around the bush. That's always our ultimate goal. AmericanDreamTrading.com is a business, um, and to provide all this education, to provide all this free lives that we're doing as an outreach to you. This isn't free. This isn't free to American Dream Trading to do all this. It costs money to put all this stuff on. As you very well know, it is a legitimate business. Been in business for over 4 years. Coach has been live every single day for the last 2.5 years. So, this is a legal corporation. We've been around. We're one of the largest, literally, in the world in this type of education and training. So, let me spend 5 minutes here and play you this video from Coach. Kind of gives you a really good overview of what you just saw I did, how we do it, and what things we offer at American Dream Trading. So let me play this for you. It takes about 5 minutes. This is all the things that we offer at AmericanDreamTrading.com.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center. So any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first. Plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos, we have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the TradingView indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos, like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to AmericanDreamTrading.com.
And there you go. That's a very good overview of all the different things we have to offer at AmericanDreamTrading.com. By the way, as it is the new year, Coach is offering a 25% discount off of any new memberships. Can't tell you how long this offer is going to last. It could end today, it could end tomorrow, it could end next week. Don't really know. Any of our new memberships, and that includes the futures memberships. When you go to our website, if you decide to join in on and grab one of those memberships, you will get 25% off your first payment. So if you buy an annual, you'll get 25% off the total cost of an annual membership. If you do 6 months, you'll get 25% off the cost of 6 months, quarterly. And of course, if you do it monthly, you would get 25% off the first month. So go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Now, how do I get that 25% off? Well, when you get to the landing page, when you get to the checkout page, there'll be a discount coupon box, just like any other website would have, right? You're familiar with what they look like. You will enter this discount code 2025 for the new year. 2025 will be your 25% off discount code. When you enter that in there and then click apply, you'll see that the that the cost of the membership will automatically deduct 25% off. Until you see that happen, you have to put it in there and click apply before you complete your purchase to get that 25% off. So go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, look at our memberships. Whatever one you decide to get, you'll get 25% off of that payment. So check her out. Now, I've done all this talking. We've been doing live trading. Look at oil burst out. It's up over $80 now. I didn't think it was going to do that today. It's not like I know everything or anything, but I did have a line there, right? It's not that it hasn't been at 80, but I have a historical line there. I didn't just draw that. That's been there for a while. And look, what did it do? It touched that line bounced off that critical resistance line, and then boom, broke through. That is unbelievable. Oil up. Just a matter of
Bitcoin
minutes.
just crossed back over 100K too.
Yep, Bitcoin is running, right? So that probably means maybe ES is still going. So yes, there's a lot of things going right now that we can be making money on, right? Look at that. Look at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is climbing. They're going well. Look at copper. Copper is still going. All right, let me get back here. I got a little lax on answering questions, and there are a lot of them because we were conducting them trades live while you watched, right? Let me go over here to YouTube first. What's the EWO scanner? I think I answered that. It's called the Elliott Wave Oscillator. That combined with the logarithms that Coach has programmed in his 2.0 indicators, it combines these two with a special logarithm that Coach has developed over 33 years in the market. This is only available to paid members at the VIP Gold, or crypto, or futures memberships. And it only works with TradingView, by the way. It doesn't work with any other platforms, doesn't even work with Webull, but it does work with what you see here in front of me, which is TradingView, which is its own independent program. We're not associated with TradingView. It's a charting and trading program. It runs you about $12, $15 a month, depending on what package and how you pay for it, those type of things, right? The more you pay, the more you save, type of thing. Is that indicator proprietary? Yes, the overall indicator is Elliott wave is an Elliott wave created by Mr. Elliott, right? It's a mathematical thing that causes this, but we have these things. We have integrated all this stuff in there together to provide you a good visual aid. Again, it's only available. It's available to paid members in the VIP up indicators. Thank you for that question, Josh, over there on YouTube Live. First time viewing. Well, make sure you subscribe to our channel, click live, and share. Josh, we're glad you could be here. We are live every day from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also watch Coach live from 9 to 11 every day. And Coach would be Chad Christian. He's the creator and founder and owner of AmericanDreamTrading.com. He's there from 9 to 11 live every day for free. You can watch, right? You can watch, this is the Futures Education and Training Outreach of American Dream Trading. We're live from 2 to 4 every day. And at 5 p.m., we have what we call the Aftermarket Show over on YouTube. It's a live show there also. You could go over there and hang out, and they discuss the days, what happened during the day. People will talk about their trades, or just hang out together. You can get on her panel and talk live with your camera if you like. Pretty cool, pretty relaxed, laid back. It's the aftermarket, right? Don't have that pressure of trading anymore. Dawn usually has a theme of the day she talks about, but they'll talk about just about everything. Check it out. Again, that's free. So you have 3 opportunities each and every day, Monday through Friday, to get this for free. Now, obviously, this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? We want you to come over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. First step of that would be to go over there and join our free Discord and check out our memberships. What lines are those? Patrick Kneller asks what lines or studies are those? This is in this case here, I drew these lines on the chart. These are historical places where this, and on any of them, where they bought and sold at, right? I took the time to do the homework. Now it doesn't really take all that long. I go out like out on a 4-hour chart here, right? And then I can look, what I do is I look Look across, you can see all the lines I got on there. This one's here is pretty messy. But if I was the high, see now if I had what I do is I'll start on a 4 hour chart if I haven't created a new chart, and I'll look for, where does these peaks at? And the other thing, not only where does it peak, has it done it multiple times? So if it's done it even multiple times, that's even better. That shows you that's a strong line, a strong level of support and resistance. And then I just start popping lines on there, right? So that gives me historical markers of where this contract traded at. And I'll just go through bang, 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 each one of these levels, and I'll keep going back. I'll chart out. I'm not going to chart out from 20,000 down to 1,000, right? I'm going to chart out initially where it's trading at. But I'll go through here, and as I pop lines on here, you'll see where it touches multiple times, and those are your strong points of resistance. So let me go back here. Again, there's a lot of lines on here. It doesn't look as bad when you got them spread out. So what this effectively does is gives me points of decisions. Every one of these, I am asking myself, what am I going to do as it moves up to the next level? You've seen me do that live over here with the Russell 2000, right? What did I tell you before I even entered the trade? I already just told you what my criteria was before I entered, and that was breaking this line here, right? Which also happened to have VWAP, right? So, and I walked you through it as I did it live. So that's why we chart. It gets you historical levels, gives you something to work with. The rest of this is Coach's 2.0 indicators. It automatically draws trend lines on here for you, short, medium, and long-term trends, so you can see. And when you put all this information together, it helps you to make an informed decision on whether or not to enter a trade. Does this mean you're going to make money every time you use this? Well, we can't say that, right? You have to know what it's telling you, combining it with everything that you see and any other additional information, what's going on here. So when you combine it all, will it guarantee make you money every time? No, we can't say that. Nobody could. But I'll tell you one thing it does do, it does help increase your odds of doing that, right? And again, I'm not guaranteeing it. It's taking information that you've been trained on, educated on, and have experience on, and applying that information into trading principles to your trade. But it does every one of these as I come up to it. I'm asking myself, what am I going to do when it gets here? Is it maybe going to bounce? So I might have to be ready to sell maybe if it hits this, or I want to wait and let it break, see if it's going to break through, right? Because a lot of times it will test levels, it will bounce off of them. So you came up here and rejected, didn't break through here, but over here he came up and tested it, bounced around, and finally broke through. So you can't just arbitrarily sell because it comes up and touches a line. You want to wait and see what happens, but you have to have a plan one way or the other, and you take all this information together, and it can help you stay in a trade longer, right, or help you decide to get out sooner. So thanks for the question, Josh. Um, let's see. Also on YouTube. Let's see what do we got. By the way, welcome everybody over there, Patrick and Ralph and Jacob and Fert and G Cart, Ms. Livingston, I think it is. The Wire, Black Beauty Machine, Shyla. Welcome to all you. Looking through your questions here real quick. Reg, did you have a question real quick? One of our paid members?
Yes. Um, if you could switch to CL main.
Oil?
Yeah, in the 1 minute.
Okay.
So I just want to ask your opinion on, so we got, looks like about 9, I think this is the 9th candle.
Yep.
So I was
What's Coach's 5 to 7 candle rule? What's that tell you?
right. That's my question now. So it's still running, but I was in it and it got to the 7th candle and I slid my stop up and on a minor pullback because I'm scalping because I just got in when it was on a 9.
Okay.
So would you give it more room with your stop because it's still running, but I just want to lock in that profit because it was like 200. It's actually 280. So.
Well, it depends on what your goal is, right? Depends when you enter. Now,
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows what we're talking about, the 5 to 7 candle rule it's a general rule that says, and Coach teaches this, that on a 1 minute chart, generally somewhere after 5 to 7 candles climbing up or down, it works both ways, up and down, you'll generally get a pullback. Okay. People taking profit. Doesn't mean that it's going to reverse course. It could, but to expect, at least expect that a pullback is going to happen. And what Reg is talking about, there is one. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this one went 8 right before there was the ninth candle pulled back. But as a general rule, what and the reasoning behind that is time. People have a lot of money in these trades, right? And they tend to get nervous the longer the trade goes. So generally, people will start taking profit here and there throughout their trade. So that's why you'll see these pullbacks. Generally, it happens on a 5 to 7 on a 1 minute chart. You'll see it. What's the one down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're pulled back. There was a pullback right after that. So it works most of the time. It's not nothing carved in stone that always works, but what it's there to do is just to kind of keep that in your mind. Don't freak out when you do see a little pullback at first. Give it a chance to see what it's going to do, but to expect it to happen. It's a common occurrence. Now, as far as I can't answer how tight to put your stop because everybody has different risk tolerances. How much money are you willing to allow to move around, right? Um, me, you know how I am. You could shed some of your holdings, right? Or if you want to take it all, however you want to do. That's up to you. What a kind of a trader you are. I would say until this proves to me, if this breaks through here, if I'd have got all out on the first test, you can see it rejected off this line that I have here at $80.78. That's a strong point of resistance. The last times it was up here, so it didn't break through yet. Now it hasn't totally rejected. It's just a pullback at this point, but we do have a doji there. So we'll see here. You'd have to make those are the decisions you have to make based on your risk tolerances. And these are things that happen all day long, people. These are the inner conversations that we have with ourselves when we enter trade. Has it reversed course? No, it's still hanging up there, right? So only you can decide when to get out of a trade and how tight your stop should be, how much you're willing to give up at any given time. That's a good question.
Yeah. Webull.
That's a good trade, Red.
Yeah. On Webull, the 10th candle was the first red candle. So on TradingView, it's a little different.
It's the way it's calculated just a hair different. Nothing that really matters.
Okay, thank you.
Well, yes, sir. See, that's one of the
have a
benefits of
question.
being a paid member is that you can open your mic and actually have a conversation in real time. Okay,
You have a
now,
question on TradingView too, Mark, when you're done.
okay. Also, another thing to consider, this is the last hour of the trading day, right? We call this power hour. So from 3 o'clock on till 4 when the market closes, there's a definitely increased volatility. And that could be a volatility in climbing or it could be a volatility in people selling off. Usually, a lot of times, people selling off will create buyers who will jump in and push it back the other way. So you can get a lot of up and down. Okay. It's not for the faint of heart to trade in the last hour, especially the last half hour to 15 minutes of the day. It's very highly volatile. You could get your face ripped off, wreck your account. There's there's basically two main times of the day that you should not be in if you're not an experienced trader, and that's in the first 15 minutes of the day and the last 15 minutes. Right, those are two highest. There's a lot of volume, a lot of shares changing hands, a lot of contracts changing hands. So if you're not experienced, you should not be trading until you gain that experience and knowledge. What's the best futures for the Asia session? Black Beauty Machine over on YouTube live chat asks. I see Ralph probably answered it because he loves currencies. Yes, the dollar and the euro and all those. The London markets open at 2 a.m. Eastern time, right? So there's where you start to see a lot of volume coming in because now all those currencies start actively trading during the open market in the U.S. from 9:30 to 4, right? Usually 9:30 to I don't know 11ish maybe. First part of the day, currencies will tend to move more because the major markets, whenever the major markets are open, that's when things tend to move. You can see here, the last part of the day on the euro, it hasn't done nothing. It's been flat, right? I love the euro. I love trading the euro. So yeah, a lot of these things have an ebb and flow based on time. Of course, the main indices like the S&P, the Dow, the Nasdaq, those all trade heavily during the normal New York sessions, right? So you'll see a lot of volatility there, a lot of volume. So they each come. There's usually better times of days for some than there is others. Some things usually sleep. Now we could trade all night long. I love trading. I love trading metals and stuff in the evenings, metals and oil. After the market reopens at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. Thank you for that question, sir. Um, Patrick, I'll come back to your question. Let me come over there at YouTube. Let me come over and grab some of these over on TikTok. Let me scroll back up here real quick because I've seen a lot of them coming up here. Let me go way back up here. OMG Clips asked in TikTok live chat, can you teach me resistance and supports? Well, resistance is, just do it this way. Let's pull up an active chart here rather than currency. Resistance, when we talk about resistance, we mean, let's just pretend you're in a building, in a house, right? You're standing on the floor. What is that doing? That is supporting your body, right? So that support is the floor. What are you going to bump your head on if you climb up? You're going to hit your head on the ceiling, right? So that would be resistance. So you can only climb so high without busting through the ceiling, right? So that's where you're going to find resistance at inside your house on that level, right? So you have the floor that's supporting you. You have the ceiling that's preventing you from going to the next floor, right? Like I know, assuming there's no stairs in that room, right? Okay. So, um, so what is support now can be resistance later, right? So as it goes, things go up. That is, you got to fight the resistance to break through to the second floor. So you have to break through your ceiling to get into the next floor above you. When it comes down, you have to break through these levels of support to get. So if this comes back down, this line now has become support. It's preventing me from going into the basement until I break through it. So as you can see, these all will bounce. So what today's support could be tomorrow's resistance. As these things have their natural ebb and flow, it's just a matter of what you want to call it. But going up, it's resistance. Coming down, it's support. So as this one up here, over here on this one, it broke through, it's climbing up, it broke through this point of resistance, and then it broke through that. It's breaking through the levels. These are the historical levels that I have charted. So as it goes up, we call it resistance. Now when this retraces and comes down, it's called support. It's the same line. It's just a matter whether it's going up or down at it. So that's the only difference. It's just the terminology is being used based on the movement of what you're looking at. Okay, that simple actually. Let me scroll down some more. By the way, welcome everybody. Travis, Matthew. Would this be a good thing to do to earn money on the side? Yes, we have people that work full time, 9 to 5 jobs, and are very successful. Um, do you want to enter a trade and walk away? I don't recommend that part, but yes, you can trade, especially with futures. That's the beauty of futures, as a matter of fact, is that you can trade 23 hours a day, literally, from 9 a.m. Well, actually, if you want to look at it, the market will reopen at 6 p.m. tonight, and it will go all the way until 5. I just went brain dead. Opens at 6 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Again, after it closes, it's closed between 5 and 6. 6 p.m. it will open and will run all again until tomorrow at 5 p.m., which then it closes again. So it's only closed 1 hour, right? The Central time, it's 4 to 5 Central. So, or 5 to 6 Eastern. So you could trade, if you work during the day, you can trade in the afternoon or trade in the evenings. If you work nights, you can come back and trade in the morning. You can trade on your cell phone anywhere in the world. You can trade on your tablet anywhere in the world. If you can access it through your device, you can trade it. People, that are up in the middle of the night. Sometimes people can't sleep at night. They'll trade in the middle of the night. I usually get up and sitting in front of my computer at 4 a.m. every morning, 4 or 5 a.m., day in and day out. And I'll trade then all day long. In the evenings, I'll sit on the couch with my cell phone or my tablet my iPad and do trades while I'm sitting there watching TV. So yes, you can do this as much as you want. You can come in, make $50 for the day and be done, kind of like a side gig. Now it takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of time to learn how to do all this. You're not going to get rich quick. I don't care if you're doing this 24 hours a day or whether you're doing it 2 hours a day. There's a lot involved in learning how to do it. That's why 95% of day traders fail. So you need to get that training, and that's what we provide for you here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Did I say go to AmericanDreamTrading.com lately? Go over there and grab that um, membership. What kind of trading would you recommend learning? All of them. We teach stock trading stocks. We teach stock options. We teach crypto. We teach what we're doing here, futures, everything. We do trade and train on all those things at AmericanDreamTrading.com. You just have to look at it's just like anything else when you evaluate. There's a reason I like trading futures versus trading straight stocks. So it depends on what you like, what your risk tolerance is. As long as you trade with stops all the time, you can limit your downside on your losses if they occur. How do I trade within seconds? Well, very simple. I have, you can't see it on this screen here, but right here, basically turbo keys. Weeble calls them turbo keys. Let me show you that screen again real quick here. This is Weeble. I have on my trading widget over here. Um, why is that showing here? Guess it doesn't show that. Hang on. Oh, it's covered up a little bit. That's why. Over here, I have, slide that over just a hair. These are turbo keys. I can buy and sell with a click of one button. Click to buy, I buy it. Click sell, I sell it. Click sell it. Click buy it. One click. Click, click, in and out. Literally takes a fraction of a second to get in there and execute an order. Now you can also do it manually where you come in here and you input all the stuff that you want to put in. You can do it that way also. Trading View has a built-in thing. I can click sell, I can click buy. That's like it's a same thing, a turbo key. One click I buy, one click I sell. Now you got to click a couple extra times with the Trading Views one. The Weeble's turbo keys are the bomb. They really work well. I like them. I love the turbo keys. Get you in and out of trade very quickly. And that's very effective, especially if you're a scalper. Real quick, let me scroll down some more here. TikTok, I haven't forgot about you over there, Patrick, on YouTube. I'm assuming you set the limits. Yep, you do set your limits as far as your loss. You use a stop loss. Let me enter a trade here. If I would enter the trade, I always have a stop loss. This is now what you're seeing here is a paper trading account. This is not real. I just click buy. All right. So here's where I bought. I'm saying it's going to go down. Right. I have a stop loss here to control how much I can possibly lose in a trade by sliding this up and down. I always enter with a set one, but you can adjust it. So if this happens to go against me like it is right now, right? Because I wouldn't have done this normally. I just clicked it just to show you using a stop loss. This limits my liability of losing money here. So if this blows through, goes the opposite way, because I bought it, I was shorting it saying it was going to go down, but it goes up. If this wick or this candle touches this where my stop loss is, it will instantly kick me out of the trade, and that's all the money I can lose. If I don't have a stop loss, this thing shoots through there. Well, guess what? I'm losing all kinds of money, uncontrolled losing of money. So that's why you never trade without a stop. Now, the other benefit of having a stop loss is as if this would, again, I would never done this kind of trade for real. But as I gain money, if this does go down, right, drops, I can slide my stop loss down with it. I can keep going boom, boom. As this drops down and I'm making money, I can slide down, slide it down, slide it down, and then it will lock in my profits also. So it serves a twofold purpose. So that's how it works. So I could leave that sitting right there and show you how that will work. If this will pop away, if this pops up and hits that, it will trigger my stop loss and get me out of the trade. I probably won't now. I'll probably go the other way. Again, now we have that magical 6,000 level there. That's what it's fighting through. That's what this white line is I put on my chart. That's a psychological level, 6,000. There it is. See, I'm not in a trade anymore. Kick me out. That's how that works. You never, ever, ever, ever trade without a stop loss. Let's see here. So that's how you set that. So you don't limit your downsides. Let's see. We broke the 5,000 mark on likes. Thank you guys for that. We do have over 64 people in TikTok, and we have over 25 alone in YouTube. How much is each contract? In Webull, they charge you $1.45 to enter a trade. They charge you $1.45 to get out. So for each contract, it costs you $2.90 real costs to enter a trade. As we explained earlier here, if you'd have got in this trade over here at noon, it would cost you $2 or $1.45 to enter this trade. If you got in this trade, follow coach's indicators, rode that all the way up on one contract, you'd have made $750. When you sold out, it would have cost you $1.45. So for $2.90, you could have, if you'd have been in this. Obviously, I wasn't. On each contract, you would have made $700, 750, whatever it was. I said it was. I think it was 700 something anyway. But the real cost would have been $2.90. Now, you do have to have money in your margin account to cover the amount of each contract, right? And there's a set amount on that. Each broker has amount that you have to have in margin in your account to be able to trade. How much does it cost to trade the S&P 500? One contract is you have to have $96 and 36 cents or something like that in your account for each contract. So basically, if you had a $500 margin account, you could buy up to 5 contracts of the S&P 500 each time. So then the beauty of it is, as soon as you exit a trade, that margin, the amount that was debited against your margin, is instantly put back into your account along with your profits. You can do that all day long. You can trade up to $500 account during the day. You can trade up to 5 contracts. Now, night margins are significantly higher. You may have to have, does it $1,600 in your account to trade one contract of that. The off hours you have to have more. Your margin requirements higher. L. Cox, and how I set up my logbook. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Logbook there. Nate Vision, thank you for coming in spamming our site. I'm going to have to bid you adieu. Here, let's see here. We don't come in here and spam our channel. Thank you very much. See you later, Felicia. Yeah, don't come in here trying to spam your meme coins and things. We're in here to discuss and learn together. You spamming our feeds with meme coins. I can't believe that anybody would even go look at what you're trying to push. So if you do that, we'll invite you to exit. But thank you for stopping by. All right, let me get back. I keep that Patrick over in YouTube Live. I'll come back to TikTok. I'm trying to do a fast blow through here. All these questions. Can I explain the prices on how to and how much you need to get into a trade? Yeah. Let me show you here. Let me go to load up the website for well, we use Weebles obviously because that's my broker who I use. Let me pull up both of these. Um, well, let me just do here. Let me slide this down here and make that full screen. And let me share my screen over here for you so you can see it. Now, this is Weeble. Weeble's a broker. That's who I trade through, right? I have it linked to my account here with TradingView. You can do that. So what it has here, it'll show you everything that Webull offers with different futures you can trade. Pretty extensive list, okay? They clearly lay out what you have to have in your margin account to be able to trade any particular futures contract. And it's so like if I wanted to trade crude oil, a micro contract of crude oil, I have to have for each contract, I have to have $171.60 to trade oil, to trade this oil. Okay. So as long as I have 171, I'll say to say $172 in my margin account, I can trade oil in and out all day long with one contract. And again, if you want to trade 5, you have to have 5 times that amount, right? Now, that same contract in the evening hours, okay, to buy one contract, I would have to have $572. There's a higher cost in the off hours because they are on the hook all night long for your money, right? So I guess we look at things as costs, right? It cost me $172 there, cost me 570, but really all it is they charge against your margin account until you exit the trade. Once you exit the trade, that 572 is instantly credited to your account. So it's not like you got to spend 572 real dollars. I have to hand that to you and don't get it back, right? And hope I make more money with that in my trade. That's not how it works trading on a margin. It's debited. You have to have that amount on hand to trade oil. So that's the real cost. So for a $500 account, could I trade oil in the evenings? No, but I could trade multiple contracts of it during the day. Same thing I mentioned, if you want to trade gold, right? You have to have $316.25 to be able to purchase one contract of gold in your margin account. So again, once I sell it, instantly I get that credited back. Now, to trade gold in the evening, which is what I do a lot, it's $1,265 you have to have in your account. Okay. So there's a big difference between trading between 9 and 4:15, than the trading from 6 to 9 a.m. the next morning. So yes, you are limited on smaller accounts of what you can trade in the evenings. But as you build up your account over time, you know, earning $10 here, making $10 there, 15, $20 on a small accounts, over time you will build your account up, and then you can buy more contracts, which, if you can go from buying one contract to buying two, of course you make double in the same amount of time, right? Just math, right? Simple math. Um, we mentioned copper. I don't trade copper with this copper. Now copper is expensive. Okay, I would have had to have $1,650 in my margin account to purchase one contract of copper. Well, let me ask you this. But from here to there was one contract. All right. I just have to have that money in my bank account, per se, your margin account, and they would debit my account temporarily while I'm in this trade. Once I exited it, right, then that goes back into my account. Now, Webull charges $1.45 to get in a trade, $1.45 to get out. So that's $2.90. So while I had to have $1,650 in my margin account, because that goes back in there instantly after I'm done trading, the real cost of executing this trade is $2.90. For $2.90, I would have made over $700 for a true cost, right? So if anybody's got money in a savings account, right, it just sits there, right? That's kind of how it is. That's a margin account. So anyway, your brokers, and this is Webull in this case, will show you those. Shows you your day margin, what's the amount you have to have in your account trading 9 to 4:15. Then this margin over here is what you have to have to trade that same product during the off hours. You can scroll through there. And you can go to your broker's website or here at Webull's website, and you can see what I'm showing you here. You can go look at this for free. It shows you these things, right? And you can look and see there's all kinds of things just because you only have a little. Now, Webull requires $500 to open a futures account, by the way. That's Webull's. Some brokers, you can do it for 100. Of course, with 100, you're not going to be able to trade a whole lot, right? But Webull has a 500 minimum, and I don't get paid because you sign up with Webull. You use whatever broker you want. I like Webull, right? So anyway, that's how that works. That's what you have to have in a margin account, but your true cost is the transaction fee, which is $2.90 round trip. Thank you for that question. That was a good question. So let me get this out of the road here.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir. Doug, one of
Good
our paid
afternoon.
members.
Yeah, finally
What's
made it.
happening?
While you're talking about the margins, can you explain to the group, you did the intraday and the overnight margin, but there's a third one there called maintenance margin. How
That's
does
if
that relate?
that's if you're holding it overnight. You have to have, like, if you don't exit your trade, you need to have that amount in there. So
So would you then have to not only have the initial margin of 500, I'm looking at oil, by the way,
yeah.
initial margin of $572 to initiate the trade,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to have an additional $520 if you're not intraday trading. So would that be 1,092?
Well, yeah, it's going to jack it up to the next to your
Right.
after hours margin rate. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you
Okay.
don't have that money, so let's say I got into oil was what 316. I already closed it. 316. You have to have 572 to trade in the off hours. If I don't have that, if I only have 300 in my account, right, or 400 in this case, let's say, but I have to have 572 in the off hours. If I don't have that in there, they will close your trade out at 415 automatically because you don't have the margin in there to cover the off hours. do you
You
want
won't
them
need
to do you want them to do that for you automatically? No, because you may not get the best price. You're better off closing it yourself if you're not going to hold it overnight.
you won't need the whole 1,000 in there. It's not 500 plus 500.
Oh
If you
yeah,
look
right.
on there, it got the initial margin,
Mm-hmm.
and then that second amount is the amount that you got to maintain in there,
Maintain in there, right?
right? So your stop loss can't go no lower than that. Like if your trade
Right.
is on to bleed
Right.
down,
Yep.
it'll
Yep.
close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
I mean, I don't ever hold overnight, so it's not an issue. Now I play at evening, so I have to have that higher margin requirement, right? So I have to have when I enter a trade after 4 o'clock, I have to have that $500, right? 570. So good question. Let me scroll back, catch some more of these fast, rapid questions here. Oh, look, Sergio blessed us with showing up today. Uh, Thanks, Sergio, for coming and checking us out. You ought to come over to the future, Sergio. You might like it. Sergio's another one of our paid members. He's very, very successful in trading also. He trades in a different style than what I do, but he's very successful in the way he trades. I'm a pure day trader. I'm in and out. I don't hold nothing overnight. I ain't marrying nothing. I'm using whatever I can get and get rid of it. Let me see here real quick. Let me see. Awesome. A lot of chatting going on. What are your indicators? I explained that already, what they were. These are the Coaches 2.0 indicators, which come with your paid membership. Down here is part of the Coaches 2.0 or 2-minute EWO investment strategy. Down here using this wave, the Elevate wave. When you combine all these logarithms together, it helps you make trading decisions. This is not options, Jasmine, over there on TikTok Live. We are talking about futures. Um, Specializing in futures every day from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time right here. Let's see what else we got. Diesel Dan, nice to see you here also. If you haven't already, make sure you go and sign up on YouTube Live, TikTok people. You all know if you're on TikTok, like half the world is apparently, literally. Um, you want to make sure you have an alternate in case TikTok gets shut down. Do I think it's going to get shut down? I don't think so, but what do I know? Ain't nobody. Anyway, they're as it stands right now, they are going to be severely limited based on the current standing in the courts. Now I know it's before the Supreme Court, but do you want to lose all your feeds to everything you watch on TikTok? I will assure you that anybody that's on TikTok probably has alternate feeds on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, right? And we're the same way. We also have alternate accounts. I would highly suggest you go over to youtube.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel at American Dream Trading over on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and like and share, right? And notify. That way, if something does happen to TikTok on the 19th, you'll still have access to all your feeds. And not just with American Dream Trading, do it with all your other people that you follow, right? Um, you know, if you don't, how are you going to get that cheese grater, right, that they're showing on TikTok? I got mine. So, hey, look, it's Coach. Coach is in here. Our own very own coach is over at TikTok Live at this very moment. Everybody say hi to Coach over there in the live chat. That would be ADT Coach. That would be Chad Christensen, the founder and owner of AmericanDreamTrading.com. So everybody say hello to Coach. Hey, Coach, how are you? If you want to come and say hi, Coach, feel free to over here in the live Zoom chat that we have for our paid members. All right, let me go back over here and take another quick peek at our YouTube live feed. What exactly is the green and red shaded indicator? if you're talking about the one in the middle of my chart, in reality, all this is a visual indicator, right? It's just for visual appearances. So if it's green like this, it's showing you that it's in an upward, generally upward trend at the moment, right? We can switch charts here where let's get some back and forth ones. So you can see it changes as it goes on. It crosses over and goes into a downward trend. It'll change red. And as it starts to switch back more and it'll upward trend, it'll switch green. It's just a quick eyeball thing to kind of draw your attention to what's going on, especially if you're flipping charts, right? It's real handy. You don't have to have that on there. You can modify that. This is all part of Coaches 2.0 indicators. It is fully customizable to your liking. Maybe you're colorblind or red or something. You might want to change it. You can change colors. You can eliminate it altogether if you don't like seeing that. I just think it's pretty, so I leave it there. See here, it's so what this does is there's the 21 into 55, and there's a point where what we look for, it's called a crossover, the 2155 crossover. When it crosses over, then it'll change colors. When it crosses over, that's usually a signal of change of direction from up to down or down to up, and this will change from green to red. And the reason it's just shaded in there, quite honest, is just so you can see it real quickly, right? You can see where these lines are at. There's the 21, there's the 55. And as you can see it easier as it widens and narrows. If it starts to narrow, that may be significant that it's currently maybe going to switch over at some time here soon, right? Could be minutes, could be hours, whatever, right? It's a more of a visual representation. That's all. Um, can you show us a strategy of finding good setups? Yeah, you could reverse this video after we're done talking. I went into that into detail, but yes, using coaches too. This will be the easiest thing to show you. Let me pull up whatever. We can use this one. Doesn't matter. Using coaches 2 minute EWO strategy. Uh, we use the wave down here, and the oversimplification of this, and it is very simple actually on the surface, is that you would enter a trade whenever there's a change in the color from red to green or green to red, and you would enter whenever the next bar is larger than the first down here in this graphic representation. So if I expand this out a little bit, just make it really big so you can see, all right? You can see there's the first green bar. So if I'm going to enter, I would enter on this bar right there, right? Let me get this back down here. Keep it that big. So what this is doing is helping us decide where's the entry. So again, entry is the key to profits, right? Buy high, sell low, right? I mean, that's very simple uh, math there, right? So this helps signal, I guess, if you want to call it that. It alerts you. It doesn't say buy and it doesn't say sell. You still have to make the ultimate decision to enter a trade. But this gives you an indication you need to start looking here, especially when it gets on the first candle, first bar, right? That something might be happening here. So if I would have entered here when this suggested that I do it, would have been here. And as you can see, this thing has stayed green here the whole time, right? Clear up to here, to up to this point, it starts going downhill. So as you can see, if I had entered here, look at all the money you would have made. Look at that thing just ride, just by trusting the indicators, right? Again, you have to decide when to get out, right? This does not tell you to buy, doesn't tell you to sell, but it kind of does. It tells me when, it shows me when I want to buy and maybe when I want to sell. Why do I say that? Because I'm taking in the big picture based on my training and experience, what this is all telling me. This is an entire novel right here, right? These aren't just a bunch of squiggly lines. Well, they may be to you today, right? But we train you on what all these things mean and what their significance are and what we should watch out for, right? And you combine that with your charting that you do. This is an overlay. It's a script that's built in that works on TradingView. So by me having knowledge of what all this stuff means, I can make better trading decisions. Does it guarantee my profit? No, it doesn't. We will never guarantee your profits. Does it make me profitable? Yes, it does. Right? Is every trade profitable? No, it's not. I got smacked in the face big time today 3 times because there's a lot of things we don't have control. Why this tells me this is a good entry point, a good trade to get in. You'll always have these gigantic pullbacks where somebody dumps a bunch of shares, right? Or if you're shorting it, somebody will buy a bunch of shares and it'll go the opposite. But what it does do is it helps me decide, maybe I want to shed some. Do I want to hold my own and let it ride, kind of thing, right? So by combining all this information, that shows me a good entry point, and it's a very valuable. I'm a big EWO fan, 2 minute EWO strategy. I'm also a scalper. I scalp a lot too. Um, but they're two different strategies. Scalping is jumping in, jumping out, where EWO is letting things play out, let the runners run, let your money continue to grow, whether that's 5 minutes or 5 hours. If you got in this one, that was at what? Basically, what is that? Going on 2 o'clock right now. Now we're another hour and 45 minutes later. I would have got out up here. I would have started getting out here myself when it come down to here. If I got in down here, now I would have shed some of my holdings, right? And paid members, please don't laugh out loud. Um, I would have shed some here based on coach's teachings, where you shed 50% on the first major pullback, shed another 20% of your holdings on the next pullback, shed another 20% of your holdings on the next pullback, let the last 10% run, and then whenever you decide to get off trade, you get rid of that one. So those are the techniques that will help you lock. It's not profit until you lock it in, till you bank it, right? So that's what all this is. You combine all these things, and now there's a lot of education and training and experience that help you do these things. It's easier said than done, but we teach you how to do that. So by coming over to American Dream Trading, we give you that support. People come for the training and education, but they end up staying for a community. Let's see what else. Real quick here. I got all of your questions, but let me see here. Hi, Coach. See you there. It's an honor to have you here, sir. Let's see. Okay, let's see. One last look over here. TikTok Live. Ivan, nice to see you, and Oscar. Oscar, hopefully that answered your question on what I look for. I'm combining a lot of my education and trading to decide what is a good trade. What do I think is a good trade, right? A lot goes into it. So hopefully you're learning stuff. So again, TikTok people, highly, highly, highly encourage you today to go over to our YouTube channel. Again, it's free, just like your TikTok was. It didn't cost you anything to follow us on TikTok. YouTube's the same way. You want to have an alternate account that you can watch. You go over to YouTube um, and subscribe over there and put your notification bell on so you don't miss any of our broadcasts. Also, speaking of our broadcast, at the conclusion of this broadcast, it's instantly available over there for free to rewatch. You can speed it up, slow it down, back it up, whatever, take notes. All our broadcasts, Coach's lives from 9 to 11, mine from 2 to 4, and Dawn's aftermarket show from 5 to about 6:30ish. Those are all available over there on YouTube to rewatch at your leisure. The other thing that we have is we have over 2,000 training videos. Some of them are shorts that last literally a minute or so, and then we have also long form ones. So those are free to you people. We provide this as an outreach of American Dream Trading. Get over and look at it. You know, if you see what we're providing to you for free, can you only imagine what we're giving our paid members? I'll tell you one of the things we give our paid members. We start training and trading at 4 a.m. Eastern time every day and clear through 4 p.m. Eastern time. Our paid members have access to a live microphone and a live Zoom calls that they can ask questions and interact all day long. So there's a lot going on here that you guys don't have access to because you're free. You're watching for free. And we're giving you a little taste. Do we want you as a paid member? You're doggone right we do. Why do we want you that way? Well, it's a business for one thing, right? We are a business. It's a legal corporation. Been around for over 4.5 years. Coach has been live every day for 2.5 or so. We also provide all that education and trading, um, interactions with each other. We have a whole community. So anyway, this has been a pretty good day overall. It was a little choppy to start with. We had some news with the government news. As we get down here in this last part of the day, things tend to get volatile. If you're not an experienced trader, you should not be in your trading. You could wreck your account in a hurry, and we don't want you to do that, obviously, right? So All right, let's see. Who is yet to go over and not get their free Discord at AmericanDreamTrading.com? Free. Jamie asked over in TikTok live chat, how long have I been doing this? I have been doing this for 2 years and 1 week. I had my anniversary on the 7th of January. It was my 2 full years. I've been doing this full time. This is my full time job, not moderating. Day trading is my full time job, right? Now I am moderating full time, but I am a day trader. This is how I earn my living. This is how I pay my mortgage. This is how I pay my car payment. This is how I pay my electric bill. This is how I buy groceries, right? How I buy my wife nice things, right? Without all this, I would be living in a van down by the river if my van didn't get repoed by the bank because I couldn't pay for it. So I might be living in a tent down by the river. But this is how I make a living. This is what I do full time. I love it. It's the best decision I ever made. It was one of the hardest things I had to learn to do, right? But how did I learn to do this? Showing up every day, listen to the sound of coach's voice, what he's teaching, um, reading the educational materials, watching videos, paper trading, right? How much does it cost you to get into this? Zero. You can learn without spending. Matter of fact, we want you to learn without spending a dime. We don't want you coming in here with real money. That's why we use paper trading, simulated account here. We want you to come in. Number one, listen. That's the beginning of your education is listening, asking questions, listening, asking questions, taking notes, journaling. How much money has that cost you so far? Absolutely zero. How much did it cost for you to sit in your chair or wherever you're at watching this live feed? Absolutely zero, other than the electricity it takes to charge up your devices you're using. Zero. Do not come into here with real money. We do not want you to blow up your account. Preservation of your capital is more important than trying to throw a bunch of things at the wall and hope you make money. That's why we don't even want you to think about trading with real money for months once you join. We want you to listen. We want you to ask questions. We want you to listen. We want you to take notes. Then, after a while, once you start to grasp some of the basic concepts, how all the pieces of the puzzle start to fit together, and everybody learns in different ways. Some people learn by listening. Some people learn by watching videos. Some people learn by reading. Some people, learn just listening, right? And everybody learns at different levels. So I can't tell you how long it'll take you. It's up to you to be able to take the things that we teach you and apply them, right? We have a lot of people come in here think they're going to make $1 million overnight. That's not what this is. If you want to get rich quick scheme, go buy some lottery tickets. This is a long-term type of deal. You should look at it as a vocation, as you would any job, as you learning anything new. I am a musician learning to play the guitar. Was I able to play the guitar immediately? Nope. Could I make it make a noise? Yeah, I could make it make a noise. I could bang it up against the wall. I could run my fingers across the string, but all it was noise, right? Until I learned where to put my fingers in what order, at what time, and what strings to hit with my pick or my fingers, and how to strum and how to read music and all that. It's just making noise, right? That has no value at all. You're going to just sit here and listen to me hit a bunch of random strings at all time making a bunch of noise? No. You want to listen to somebody who knows what they're doing. So after a while, after a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of hours, a lot of physical pain to learn how to play guitar, right? Build up calluses on my fingers. I not only play the guitar, I play about 8, 10 other instruments. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. All those things take time to learn, right? So it's the same way with day trading. It takes an effort on your part. We're not a call out group, like I said earlier, right? Those don't work. They may work in the short term. You may get lucky once in a while. The whole purpose of why Coach formed this company is an education company. We're here to teach you how to do this. If Coach goes away tomorrow, I'll miss him sadly, but I will still continue to do what I'm doing here today. I will still continue to day trade each and every day. I will still continue to make money each and every day. Why? Because he imparted on me his wisdom, his training, his education, his trading strategies, and I've embraced them as best as I can. Do I follow them all every day like I should? No. I like to tell you I do, but I'm human. I don't. Sometimes I make poor decisions, but overall, I'm making good decisions. So, and it's rewarded me immensely beyond my wildest dreams. I no longer work. I'm retired. I never go back to a 9 to 5 job. I've been doing this for 2 years. So, but it does take effort. It's not a spectator. You have to be actively involved in learning how to do this. So, show up here every day. You can show up here every day for free if that's how you want to do it. Now, you're going to be limited on what you're going to learn, but it's a start. At least you're showing interest in this type of activity, right? That's a start. That's where we all start with an interest. Does everybody want to learn about day trading? No. Does everybody want to put the effort into doing day trading? No, because it's hard. Like we said earlier, 95% people fail over a 1 to 2 year period. Excuse me. But if you really want to do something, anything worth doing is worth doing right. And you go in a logical way of learning how to do that. So if that means you watching our lives for free and getting some information, have at it. That's we have people that watch for quite a while before they make the decision to take the next step in their level of their training and become a member. And that's fine. That's up for you to decide. We don't want you to go in debt to buy a membership, right? We do have memberships for every level, as you saw in the video. And if you missed that, you can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and everything's outlined there on our website. Go in there, kick the tires, look around. First thing you need to do when you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com is sign up for our free Discord. That way you can actually interact and ask questions in real time in our Discord for free. Plus, there's videos and other training material in there that you have instant access, among other things. So I would encourage you to do that. Show up every day, listen, learn, and then when you want to step it up, because you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, you're probably lucky if you're seeing 2% of what we provide in American Dream Trading, right? So if you're interested, step up your training, take that step. What am I trading? I'm just sitting here right now, but this is the Russell 2000. This is futures. From 2 to 4 daily, we do cover the futures markets, education, and training, right? And we even conduct some live trades. I will always answer your questions live as much as possible. You guys asked so many today, I got behind. So, um, anyway, I'm glad you were here today. I'm glad you could be here. Don't forget to catch the aftermarket show at 5 p.m. today on Eastern Time on our YouTube channel. For those of you on TikTok, I would highly encourage you to go over there to youtube.com or American Dream Trading channel, subscribe so that you are able to continue to get our feeds in case the TikTok feeds would get shut down. The governments, and of course, are still battling that out. As of right now, the 19th is the day before inauguration. So I guess that's what, next Monday is supposedly the deadline. When will they get a court thing? I don't know. TikTok may never shut down. Who knows? I don't know, but right now it's not looking good. Let's put it that way. So always have a backup plan in everything you do in life. And one of them would be to go over to our American Dream Trading channel on youtube.com. So run over there and grab that today if you'd be so kind. I thank you all for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Same place, same bat channel. We're live from 9 to 11, 2 to 4, and 5 to about 6:30 each and every day, Monday through Friday. All these live broadcasts are available for immediate review upon completion of the live feed over on YouTube at our American Dream Trading channel. So check anything out that you may miss. I'm glad you all could be here today. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the questions today. Just thank you for being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe and tell your friends. And we will see you tomorrow. Make sure anybody you come in contact for the remainder of today, that you would be a positive influence on them, that you would be make somebody smile today. I will see you tomorrow. See ya.